boxer, how do you feel like you get out of that bubble to make somebody a real boxer?
I mean, what he's doing is, I mean, kind of cool. If he can continue to steal money and when they match him the way they match him, I can't knock his hustle. So if they can match him the way how they've been matching him.
Seen Gervonta Davis in another sexual assault allegation, lawsuits incoming, potentially criminal charges levied. We don't know yet, but we know that fight is up in the air, and I think that fight's not going to happen, and they're going to either have to move the fight back or they're going to have to look to a replacement or both. I don't know.
It's still technically scheduled for November 14th to air on Netflix, but it's basically hanging on by a thread. But the team, Jake Paul's team, have reportedly gone and contacted all the fighters, and the names that they're looking at contacting to fight as a late replacement.
Floyd Mayweather has once again stirred the boxing world, calling out Jake Paul after Gervonta Tank Davis's fight was scrapped amid Tank's ongoing legal issues. Mayweather made it clear he's prepared to step in and face Jake, saying this time it would be a real match, not a staged exhibition. He also stressed he wouldn't move up or delay, implying that if it happens, it'll be under full professional rules. The surprising challenge has generated major buzz among fans eager to see if Floyd is truly gearing up for a legitimate comeback to the ring.
But at the time, people badly wanted you and Jake Paul to fight. Is he someone you're interested in or no?
Well, if you go back, you got to do your homework, look on the internet. I think he was doing a sit down on a podcast one time, and he talked about it. He said, I don't want to do an exhibition against Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. He said, I'm only doing real fights. Now, of course, I can't get up high in weight, but I'll fight him in a real fight at the weight that I'm at. But Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
Have you been impressed?
But one thing I like about him, one thing I do like about him, he's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money.
Due to the ongoing lawsuit and internal investigation, Davis's highly promoted exhibition against Jake Paul has officially been canceled. His promotional company, Most Valuable Promotions, released a statement confirming they are reviewing the situation and have chosen not to continue with the event under the current circumstances.
The situation, it was supposed to be boxing Gervonta Tank Davis, a man that weighs 133 pounds or 135. Regardless, it's a man that is way smaller than Jake Paul. So that is just ridiculous, and I'm giving my thoughts on that before anyway. But now it turns out that Gervonta Davis has some allegations about domestic abuse. I don't know too much about the situation, but apparently Netflix have pulled the plug on that fight. It says, here's a tweet I'm reading from Mike Coppinger. As reported, Jake Paul's return could shift to December with the November 14th Netflix exhibition in jeopardy due to the latest allegations against Gervonta Davis. Sources tell Ring Magazine that December 12th and the 19th,
Davis is facing a civil lawsuit filed by his former girlfriend, Courtney Roselle, over an alleged altercation on October 27th at a Miami nightclub where she's employed. Roselle's legal complaint accuses Davis of battery, aggravated battery, false imprisonment, kidnapping, and causing emotional distress. The filing claims Davis physically assaulted and dragged her through several parts of the club, including the stairway, kitchen, and parking garage. Law enforcement in Miami Gardens has verified that a separate criminal investigation is currently underway alongside the civil case.
Boxing champion Gervonta Tank Davis faces new abuse claims from a woman who claims to be his ex-girlfriend. This is according to our media partner, the Baltimore Banner. Courtney Russell says she dated Davis for 5 months and recently filed a civil lawsuit accusing him of aggravated battery, false imprisonment, and other offenses. She claims Davis physically attacked her a number of times during their relationship. Russell claims the most recent incident was Monday at a Miami nightclub. Davis is scheduled to fight Jake Paul in Miami.
Chael Sonnen recently spoke out about the turmoil surrounding the rumored cancellation of the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight, revealing that he personally contacted both camps to uncover the truth. According to Sonnen, he attempted to reach representatives from Jake's team and Tank's side to verify whether the reports were accurate, but neither provided a clear answer. Their lack of response, he said, only fueled suspicion that something serious was unfolding behind the curtain. Sonnen hinted that when both fighters avoid confirming or denying, deeper legal and promotional issues might be involved.
Tank has one job to do, which is to let anybody know that's listening that it doesn't make any difference, that boxing is a real sport. My skills versus your skills, of which I have an abundance of and of which you have none of. My life's commitment and dedication versus a second or third or fourth thought in the world of priority on your list. And I used to believe those things. Now, I go back far enough in MMA that I've had my eyes open a number of times. The fact that karate was so incredibly useless, or the fact that Jeet Kune Do was so incredibly useless, like these were not things that I would have bet on when I was in high school. As a wrestler at that time, I would not have assumed that I would fare well in a fight against somebody that knew Kung Fu. We had all been falsely led through Hollywood. Not through competition, not through sport, not through understanding of the game, but just through Hollywood. We were told that those guys were the most dangerous guys. So, we then eventually get up to Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, which had a weight discrepancy, but it was very small. I mean, I watched him weigh in, I want to say it was like 8.
With Tank's bout now uncertain, Floyd has stepped forward to challenge Jake Paul. Floyd Mayweather has been openly dismissive of Jake Paul's actual boxing abilities. He recognizes Paul's achievements in crossover boxing and admits he's entertaining, but refuses to call him a real fighter. Mayweather has described any potential matchup with Paul as an easy one, implying Jake poses no genuine threat to his skill set. He's emphasized that although Paul built a lucrative image, facing a true champion would expose the gap in his ability, training, and overall competition level.
There were many people who believe you're the most talented fighter ever, period. So whatever you say to this question, I think is important. Are you impressed? Does he have boxing ability, or is he just an entertainer who has a lot of fans and can promote a fight and has fought lesser opponents, or is he actually talented?
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter, a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
Does he have the ability, with what you've seen, to continue to mold himself into somebody who can actually? He told me before his goal is to fight Canelo, so that's, where his mindset's at.
Furthermore, Mayweather's refusal to offer rematches left fans believing there were many unanswered questions. In contrast, Jake Paul has often chosen opponents far older than him, long past their peak, or physically smaller. Mayweather himself has cautioned fans about Jake Paul's opponent quality while still acknowledging his entertainment appeal. He warned that once Paul faces a legitimate world-class boxer, the results could severely expose his limitations and highlight the difference between spectacle fighting and professional boxing.
Question is just with like Logan Paul and then Jake Paul now fighting Mike soon in the summer, what do you think defines a real boxer? Because I feel like people are still confused on if Jake Paul is a YouTuber boxer or a real boxer. How do you feel like you get out of that bubble to make somebody a real boxer?
What he's doing is, I mean, kind of cool. If he can continue to steal money and they match him the way they match him, I can't knock his hustle. So if they can match him the way how they've been matching him,
Meanwhile, several fighters and analysts continue to praise Floyd Mayweather not only for his speed or impeccable defense, but for his mentality. They insist what truly made him unbeatable was his absolute confidence, the inner belief that no one could defeat him. For instance, Tony Jeffries pointed out that Mayweather's psychological edge and supreme confidence allowed him to gain control of fights mentally even before the first bell rang, showcasing his unmatched mental dominance in boxing.
Really confident, to really believe in themselves, but you need more than that mindset. You need to have the full package of everything that I'm talking about, what Floyd has got.
You fighters should only want to get better. The more you win, the more you should work hard. If you think about losing, you're going to lose. All I ever thought about was winning. So that's all I know.
Floyd would visualize his success before he even stepped into the ring. There was no alternative to him but winning. And this mindset isn't just for boxing, it's for all walks of life. And I've actually done a full video talking about how I used this mindset of visualization to win my Olympic medal. And it was an absolute game changer. Now, Floyd used to use this mindset to ease the pressure that he put himself under. And he made himself think like, I'm not under any pressure right now, where he was under immense pressure.
Pressure either makes you or break you. Well, you see where I'm at, so it's obvious that I'm the type of athlete or I'm the type of entertainer that can deal with pressure. There's never no pressure.
Now, if you watch his fight in 2013 when he fought Canelo Alvarez, Canelo came in a young, strong, undefeated fighter. But by round 2, Floyd kind of had him figured out. He was reading Canelo's jab. He would slip outside and then come back with a clean counter punch, then move his feet and get out of the way. He basically had the full fight under control, and he was controlling the full rhythm of the fight. He was forcing Canelo to fight at his pace. And this is what he would do in all of his fights. He would get his opponent to do what he wanted them to do without their opponent even realizing it, which is what we call boxing IQ. Now, even though I'm not a fan of Floyd Mayweather personally, because of the time when I did meet him, what he said to me made me just feel like this guy is a piece of and
reports are now indicating that Mayweather is actively chasing a potential fight with Mike Tyson, and experts believe it's about more than just money. Many think Floyd's motivation is to prove he still commands headlines long after retirement. With the spotlight fixed on the Davis versus Paul drama, Mayweather seems unwilling to let anyone, even his protege, steal attention. Observers describe this as classic Floyd, driven by fame, rivalry, and legacy. While Jake and Gervonta prepare for their separate shows, Floyd's rumored fight highlights a deeper struggle among boxing icons for lasting relevance.
So many celebrities and so many people that are known where you can get somebody and they can sell tickets to events. That's what kicked off the social media influence boxing that Jake Paul was birthed from. Now we're in a vacuum. So there's going to be a lot of conversation about that and continuing to do that. In this particular video, though, I want to get into the mind of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and why Floyd Mayweather Jr. would do this. There is the money, but there's also the competitive nature of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and him not wanting to have other people think that they're a bigger star than he is. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has not been able to really launch his star outside of the sport of boxing, so he continues to do exhibitions. Now, what I think is that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is announced it at this point in time with Mike Tyson in order to take advantage of the publicity heading into the Gervonta Davis, Jake Paul fight, which is, I do believe, set for November. So now that they have all the publicity and all that stuff coming out from that, he's going to piggyback on it and then try to have it in the beginning of next year sometime and actually make it a bigger event than Gervonta versus Jake Paul. And it probably will be. And the reason that I say that is because of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is bigger than Floyd. Let me say Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson's bigger than Floyd Mayweather. I still think his name is bigger than Floyd Mayweather. Even though I know Floyd has made more money in the pay-per-views, and I think that had a lot to do with, again, social media area and otherwise. But the combination of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson, and the question about whether...
Multiple sources suggest Jake Paul's promotion is currently contacting several elite fighters as possible replacements for Davis, whose next match is now uncertain due to legal accusations. Reports even claim Jake Paul's camp has reached out to Terrence Crawford as a substitute opponent amid the controversy involving Gervonta Davis. Although several names are being discussed privately, nothing has been finalized or confirmed. What makes Crawford notable is his elite standing in the sport, which would instantly boost the fight's credibility. Still, negotiations remain early and fan curiosity continues to grow around Paul's next move.
Technically scheduled for November 14th to air on Netflix, but it's basically hanging on by a thread. But the team, Jake Paul's team, have reportedly gone and contacted all the fighters, and the names that they're looking at contacting to fight as a late replacement: Ryan Garcia, Terrence Crawford, Francis Ngannou, I mean, come on, we'll get into them, and Nate Diaz. So he's already fought Nate Diaz, but let's go through them one by one. I mean, Ryan Garcia, he's a similar size to Gervonta Davis. He's bigger though. Davis made him come down, didn't he? Then he beat him up. So that was Ryan Garcia. Quite a bad loss for Garcia, that was, because he was up for the fight, but Gervonta Davis beat Garcia. Garcia also isn't really big enough to be jumping in with Jake Paul, but that's a fight that potentially could happen. Garcia is a massive name. He's a big he's a social media star. He's a big public figure. Loads of followers on Instagram and social. I mean, his Instagram's over 1 million, I'm sure it is. He's just a big name, good looking kid, great fighter, fast stands, and he's quite controversial as well. So that'd be a good fight, but the weight disparity, again, it's too big. So for me, when I say it'd be a good fight, it'd be interesting to see how Ryan Garcia would go in against Jake Paul, but to be honest, Jake Paul's far too big for him. Who else we got? Terrence Crawford. I can't see Terrence Crawford entertained in this, but then you never know, do you? If the old bunts make sense, then it makes people do strange things. And Terrence Crawford's getting on now. What is he, 37, 38 years old? That great win against Canelo. Would he jump in with Jake Paul for mega money? Probably. He'd paced him as well. I mean, Terrence Crawford would be too much for Jake Paul, even though he's up at 168 in his last fight, super middleweight, my old weight division. So I don't think Jake Paul would fight him. Francis Ngannou, I mean, why even chuck Ngannou in the mix? Ngannou would just hammer him. He's too big. I mean, he talked about Anthony Joshua. That never happened, did it? It's a load of bollocks. He talked about fighting AJ, then announced he's fighting someone the size of one of AJ's legs in Gervonta Davis. So for me, that's nothing. And the Nate Diaz fight, he's already fought him. It was a rubbish fight.
Many boxing critics were already opposed to the scheduled fight between Jake Paul and Tank Davis. Veteran boxer Carl Froch has been especially harsh in his assessment of the planned matchup, labeling it a pointless spectacle. Froch argues the event lacks authentic sporting merit, citing Paul's limited in-ring experience and Davis's far superior skill set. He dismissed Jake as more of a social media attraction than a professional fighter, claiming the proposed bout simply wouldn't stand up to the scrutiny of legitimate boxing fans seeking real competition.
Absolute clown world. Really fitting for fake Paul, the clown, because it's a clown show. You're putting him in with somebody who's 100 pounds lighter. I mentioned the weight disparity before. Getting on for 7 stone. It's a weight-governed sport. It should not be happening. He's too small, Gervonta Davis, against the big Jake Paul, who's in the gym a lot, training. Apparently he's fit and strong and he has a go and he can fight a little bit, which I disagree with because I don't think he can. He might be able to fight a little bit. He certainly can't box. But these allegations against Gervonta Davis, they're very serious allegations. Anybody that's laying hands on women needs to be shut down straight away. For me, they need to be locked